Hello, welcome to 20 Something with Devin and Veronica. Obviously, Devin is not here right now, but we have a very interesting topic today that was originally going to be Chuck and I discussing, but we had a couple other people who wanted to jump in on this because it's pretty interesting. So today, we're going to be talking about cheating and all the different aspects and views on cheating. There's a bunch of us here today, so we have a lot of different views.
View it as cheating.
I've never been cheated on, and I've never cheated on anyone, but we have a lot of opinions here. So
That's your definition,
right?
By my definition,
Cheating is
and
very
honestly, I guess,
contextual, apparently.
and honestly, I guess I wouldn't even know if I've been cheated on because you really don't know.
A good cheater usually
I feel like
doesn't
everyone
get
has a
caught.
different view on what cheating is, and I think that
So let's start there. Let's
Okay.
define the word. Define the word.
Chuck, after you.
I mean, I think cheating is well, I think it's the physical act, the physical act of adultery, if you will.
So you think it's just physical, not an emotional thing? Ooh.
No,
Okay.
I was getting into that. There are needs that need to be fulfilled in the relationship.
Yeah.
And sometimes all your needs are not being fulfilled, and so you may, you might get those needs fulfilled somewhere else.
You might cheat.
Correct. Now, again, physical, mental,
Emotional.
financial, emotional. I mean, there are so many different aspects, and so I mean, I think this is why this topic is going to be pretty electric. Because there are, 5 aspects you can or more you can go on. So I'm just gonna leave it at physical.
You're leaving it at physical.
I'm gonna leave it at physical.
All right. I mean, I think that there's a clear, a very fine line actually between cheating and lying, because a lot of things. We had a huge discussion downstairs in the office about cheating, and a lot of problems that were coming up was just being lied to, and people consider being lied to being cheated on, and I don't really agree with that. I don't think.
I don't agree with that.
I mean, it's one thing to be like, yeah, you look great in that dress when they don't look great in that
I
dress. It's
know,
another
I'm
thing
not-
to be going out with your next door neighbor and, whatever. But no, I honestly, I think cheating is any time that you seek to fulfill your needs. It could be anything. It could be emotional. It could be whatever. I've had people who have been more hurt by discrete pen pal relationships than someone who is actually, sleeping with someone
do you
else.
think that's actually cheating, a discreet pen pal relationship?
I think it can be if you are any way disconnected from your partner for finding fulfillment in someone else of the opposite or same sex. It could be either or. I'm not saying that it could be anything. If you are distancing yourself from them in one area because you're trying to maintain something under the radar, that's cheating. If you're diverting time from the relationship into keeping something secret.
Okay, now here's a curveball.
Here we go.
You're going after needs. You're trying to get needs fulfilled.
Sure.
As the other person, should you not be aware of those needs that are not being fulfilled and make a better effort to fulfill those needs?
You
Because if
should,
you're,
but that's why it's cheating, because you're not going to your partner, you're
Right.
going to someone else.
but it's one thing to go to your partner. It's another thing for your partner to know and not do anything about it.
That's different. If-
That's
yeah,
a totally
if you
different
have an
I
open
think
book
cheating-
relationship.
I think cheating is not only the cheater's fault. I think it's both people's fault.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah,
I
because
agree.
you wouldn't be cheating if
agree.
that person was fulfilling everything that you needed fulfilled.
exactly.
Right, but then you're not in a fulfilling relationship.
You're not right by cheating either. So it's like,
It's kind of like one hand washes
Yeah.
the other, one hand causes the other. But the main thing is that I'm not saying cheating is always inherently wrong. It's not. I mean, there are certain relationships where I know people who've been in abusive relationships. They were too scared to leave, but they were still seeing someone else on the side
Right.
because they
Right.
were not in clearly. And I'm not saying that they were right, but clearly they were pushed to do that. They felt they had no other option.
Yeah.
There's always the other option, but it's like you said, there are certain times when there could be needs not being fulfilled and that person knows about. Cheating still might be there, but it's not necessarily more wrong than someone who just
Right.
goes out and just is being a playboy or a
Right.
playgirl.
so if you're sitting there saying to your boyfriend or girlfriend, like, oh, you're constantly saying, I need this, or this is what I need, and I'm worried, and you're having conversations about it and it's not being fulfilled, are you still wrong for if someone else comes along and meets those needs.
I think you're wrong for continuing your other relationship
Right.
while getting needs from someone else, fulfilling your needs from someone else.
But you know what? And I'm not condoning this at all, but I think that's human nature. I
Yeah.
think it's human
Yeah.
nature for us to do whatever we have to do to get our needs fulfilled. And if that means, you know, you're at home and you're getting 85% of your needs fulfilled, and then, you know, those other 15 are just kind of hanging out there, it's like, hey, man, I
That's
gotta
where
live
communication
100%.
comes in. You need to communicate that with
Listen,
your partner and
true.
not make it
And
an
there's-
ongoing issue.
Different levels of needs. If you can't justify because I didn't watch Grey's Anatomy with you last week, you're gonna go sleep with my neighbor. You know, like, there's like you're not fulfilling my needs to watch Grey's Anatomy, and Craig is. So sorry, you're out of luck. So yeah, not cool. But yeah, I hear what you're saying, I can understand that. But Brittany, what was your take on? You had a very interesting take on.
Brittany against the
No, I
world on
didn't.
this one. Right under the bus. Right under the bus, Britt. How's it feel under there?
How's it feel from under that bus,
Serve
Britt?
that up.
No, I think that we're not going to go there on live TV.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I guess what you're trying to say is if you make a mistake and you're honest about it,
Honesty.
should that be roads to break up?
I honestly, I
Not
think,
saying that I ever have.
what what Brittany had brought up before was that honesty is the key, and with honesty, I think that there's a sense of redemption in a way. It doesn't like forgive
I agree
the
with
fact,
that. I
but
agree
if
with
the
that.
person is honest with you and said, "Hey, listen, I did this because," and came forward to me, I would have a much easier time
Right.
getting over it than if I found out on my own. That's
And
all
if
I
you-
have to say.
Oh, absolutely.
And if you understand where you went wrong,
Right.
still, it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right.
I don't
But
do anything wrong,
if
Chuck.
you understand, if
I
you
do.
understand what you can do to improve and enhance on the hopeful second time around,
Right.
then it wouldn't happen again.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. We were talking downstairs, and we had a heated discussion
Yeah, it got-
downstairs
it got
in the
pretty
office,
heated.
and you know, there really are. If 6 billion people on the planet, 6 billion different definitions for cheating.
Yeah.
I have had a very unique profession that most women would not agree with, and you know, most of them would consider it cheating, but it's part of my
Most guys
job.
would be jealous of.
Yeah.
I was a cheerleader.
You obviously date a very secure woman. Oh my god.
You said wouldn't approve of.
You wouldn't approve if your boyfriend was a stripper, because you get it every night, not them.
I'm not saying I wouldn't disapprove of that.
Now, honestly, me and
think
my
I
girlfriend have a very, I'm not open, but very trusting relationship. She can go talk to whoever she wants. If we're out, like we mingle separately, we do our thing. Because at the end of the night, I know she's gonna be in my car.
And I
Right.
agree with you
In your
there.
car.
I mean,
That was his point
Yeah, like, I'm
downstairs.
gonna ride
right. I'm not
Just gonna
a.
keep her in my car.
I've never been a stripper, but I dance. I dance very well. I've taken classes for years or whatever.
a dancer, not
And
a stripper.
so when I go out, I dance.
what they call it?
Everyone exactly. Everyone knows that I dance. If you know me, you know that I dance. My girlfriend dances as well. When we go out, I push her to dance
So
on
would
other
dancing
people.
with another girl
You push
be
her to
cheating?
dance on other people.
You push her to dance, even if she's
Would
not
it be
comfortable.
cheating?
Yeah, if you dance
No.
with another girl. Just one.
No, because when I go to the club, I dance. I don't care who I'm dancing with, I dance. And she does the same thing.
Yeah.
And guys look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, go ahead, go dance on it. And they look at me like I'm crazy, but I trust my girlfriend.
That's-
and I know
that's
who
the
she's
key.
coming
That's
home
what
with
the
every
whole- Yeah, I agree
night.
with
That's the key.
Trust is the underlying foundation here, because we were talking about downstairs about invading privacy and going through people's phones, and if you're looking for something, you're gonna find
Don't shake your
it.
head. No, we've done
Yeah.
it. We've all done
I'm
it.
not.
No.
trying to-
You've
never?
No, I've never
No.
gone through anyone.
No, I
Why-
would never.
why would-
So
But
here's
you
the thing.
have.
I have. All right. So here's the deal.
If you're in
So-
a relationship that you have to snoop, it's
Right.
not.
It's
yeah,
not. Well, here's the
It's
thing,
not
though.
healthy and you don't
Here's the thing.
trust
If
them.
there is a circumstance where you might see something by happenstance that catches your interest and might be like, "What the hell is that?"
then
You
I'll
know?
dive right in. I'll
Right.
dive.
So you will. All right. And so
I
if
will
you see a
ask, but
I'm not
text,
gonna
so
go.
I'm
I'm
for
not gonna
argument's
go
sake.
looking for a problem.
No, no,
I
no.
will
I
ask about
don't.
it
No,
first.
Yeah.
no one goes looking for a problem. Well, people do go looking for a problem. I'm not speaking in this case. In my case, I saw something that grazed my attention. I was not looking for anything. It caught my attention. I said, "What the heck is this?" And then it kind of spurred something,
Then
and,
it clicked.
But shouldn't you ask
it all
first?
unraveled.
I mean, I've had
Yes,
an
you should.
ex-boyfriend who looked through my phone, my Facebook account behind my back, and I felt so violated that
Oh,
I would
that's
never
wrong.
do it
That's
to anyone
completely-
else.
And you know what?
I've
Therein
kicked people out.
lies-
I've broken
Yeah.
relationships right
Yeah.
there on the spot. And when I call
Yeah.
go through my phone, you're out.
So
Done.
I
Bye.
think that you should ask before you jump right in.
But therein lies the problem. It's trust. It's all trust. I talk to people all the time that are, they're in relationships, they're out of relationships, and it's all trust. Oh, I can't text, I can't Snapchat, I can't Facebook, I can't so you can't live a life.
Right.
It's basically what you're telling
you
me.
can't have a social
Unless
life
you're
outside of
inside
dating.
this circle that your significant other has built for you, and that's not a healthy
Not
relationship
healthy at all. It's not healthy to keep someone under your thumb, and
I don't
honestly,
want
that
any
can
part
lead
of
to
that.
cheating much easier
Right.
because
Right.
that person feels so trapped
Yeah.
that
Right.
they need to express
free.
themselves in some way, and they're like rebel and screw you.
Yep.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Since this is 20-something, do you think that more or people cheat in their 20s? Like more people that you
Yes.
know and stuff?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't know.
Because
I
there are
don't know
less
either.
relationships in their 20s. Except for the young ones
I'm
who
saying
get married.
people in relationships. But you think about it, like you have these middle-aged couples who are married, and you see a lot of divorcing and a lot of
Exactly.
cheating and a lot of stuff like that in those relationships. So do you think it happens more with our age in relationships?
I don't
Or not?
know because I looked it up, and I found that in marriages, 41% of marriages, one of the partners has confessed to cheating. That's a high number.
It is.
Very high.
But I think that, and
I don't think that there's an age differentiation, though. I think that probably happens at any age.
Well, this is
Yeah.
the thing. I think that it
I'm
can
not-
happen at any age, and I don't disagree. I think that men, and this is complete air facts. I have no facts to back this up whatsoever. Just note
What
that
you
at
got?
home.
I might have something.
But I would think that it would be higher for men in their 20s than women, and women as they get older, men, and I say this purely on a physical level because you said there's many levels of cheating, but on a physical level, I think that women as far as sex drive goes, they peak and
Yeah.
men decrease, and
Yeah.
then that need goes, and it's vice versa in the 20s.
well, what I think it is when you get into a long-term relationship after the honeymoon phase has died down and you're not exploring anything anymore, you know what to expect every day, that's when the cheating is going to start to happen if it were to
when
happen.
the routine sets in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
You're looking
I don't
for
think it's
spice?
going to happen. Right. I don't think it's going to happen at our age, at a younger age. I think
Yeah.
it happens a little bit more further down the line because at that point it's routine.
Yeah.
You know
I know I'm
going to
come home,
every
there's
day.
going to be dinner
I
on the
also-
table, and this and that.
Also, on the show right before this, you guys were talking about having role models for relationships. I think that our generation now, we don't have good role
No, we
models
don't.
for relationships. So we don't have. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have my parents still together, and I have like.
Brangelina is a very good role model for a relationship.
They are.
Right.
Hello.
Did you hear about the Jennifer Aniston? I'm just-
I mean, are you kidding?
They're so good. They're models. They just adopt, if you adopt 17 African kids.
he
you
was
know
married.
what? But that's the
Yeah.
thing, though.
You have, there's a great role model
But the thing about that is, we don't hear about the successful relationships in Hollywood. We
right.
don't.
Yeah.
There are a handful of
Because
relationships
they
that
don't
are
put
still
them
running.
out there. They don't put them out
Exactly.
there as much.
It's not fun.
Right.
It's not going to sell magazines. It's not
Right.
going to make you tune into the TV. I mean, we've got all these reality TV
We
shows.
celebrate failure
and
in
it's
this economy.
it's cheat after cheat after cheat.
Right.
Real world.
Who's sleeping with who?
All day.
Next on TMZ.
So no, we don't have any real models.
Yeah.
We don't, and that's what we have to look forward to.
It's
That's
almost-
why everyone's
it's-
getting married and getting divorced.
It's almost not cool to be in a successful relationship. That's really the
That's
key.
sad,
If you're
though.
not,
I agree,
and
but
this
it's
is the thing.
sad.
And honestly, like I used to work at at an office that had a very tight knit group of people, kind of like what we have here. And it was a good mix of men and women, a lot of differing opinions, but they were all very open with each other. And it always seemed to me that there always needed to be new gossip, and if it wasn't, it was a boring lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And the new gossip was always who is sleeping with who is
Yeah.
talking to who's flirting with who. Oh my God, you see him and her, and like she's married and she can't talk to him, but it was juicy news,
Yeah.
and like it
Right.
creates this kind of it perpetuates the
It
media
stimulates
cycle.
you, and
yeah,
it's just becomes
Sex in the City.
interesting.
Everyone wants Sex in the City, or not everyone, but a vast majority of people like they love that kind of
Drama.
The
That's-
drama.
that's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking
Yeah.
for something to excite you when you have a dull life and
All right.
the routine sets in. Yeah.
Interesting conversation, guys. Thanks for coming on and offering all your opinions. And we'll probably continue this conversation later on
I'm sure
There's a
we-
lot.
because there's a lot of
Yeah.
questions that I have now that I want to go on offline. All right.
Excellent.
So we'll see you next Monday on 20 something. And everyone have a great day. Goodbye.